Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Media. I am Dr. Nik Nikam. In this presentation, we're going to look at how we can use various AI tools to fine tune our research on a medical topic. Either we are preparing for a presentation, or we are writing an article, or even preparing a book. As a matter of fact, I use AI tools to do some research on writing a reference book, which was quite successful, and I will explain to you how I was able to do that. But first, let's look at what are the different AI apps that are easily available, which are free for the most part, that will help us to do some medical research as we want to. So what I did was I started off with the Chat GPT here. Then I asked the question, what's the best AI app for medical research? Then it came up with the PubMed semantic AI tools. Then the second one was Elicit. The third one was ChatGPT. Of course, with a plugin, anytime there's a plugin or something, then you're going to have a paid version, which is $20 per month. IBM Watson is a paid enterprise level AI capabilities. That means, you have to have an enterprise account or a paid account to do that. Lens is supposed to be a free one. Research Rabbit, Visual DX, QUnsight. So these are some of the things that were listed. The one which I used to create my book was Perplexity, which is another search engine. Along with that, we also have Google's Gemini search engine here, which is Gemini, and we're going to look at all those things. Then the next thing I did was to ask, okay, give me the summary of each one of these pros, cons, and availability. So here, PubMed is free, but PubMed just lists a whole bunch of articles like it usually does. It didn't tell me how I can add that semantic tools as a add-on, so I couldn't make much progress. I tried this Elicit, which was okay. IBM Watson, as I said, you can try. I think there's a free version, but to get the most functionality, you need to have a paid version. I didn't try this Lens, and I asked him, okay, ChatGPT, you said we had to add UpToDate or Wolfform Alpha add-ons. Or ChatGPT, the UpToDate is not free. No, it is a paid site. So that means you have to have a paid version to link it to the ChatGPT. Wolfform also has a limited feature because they want you to get a pro version, which is going to cost you money. And to install the plug, you have to have a paid version of ChatGPT, and then go to plugins, and then you can turn on beta version. After that, you can turn up the UpToDate. But UpToDate may not give you the real in-depth points if you're writing an article or making a presentation. And I'll show you some of the other ones which are going to be useful. I wanted to test and see ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and also Elicit, and see what kind of results they give and what we are actually looking for. When we are doing a medical research, what we want to do is we want to pose a question. Okay, here's a question which I posted. List all the echocardiographic findings and Doppler findings in a person with heart failure. Summarize all this. So here, ChatGPT did a very good job. It says with this, you're going to find reduced ejection fraction, increased end diastolic volume, left ventricular size, regional wall motion abnormalities, all the things which we expect to see, and much more. And this is about the Doppler abnormalities we find in patients with heart failure. And also it gave the reference list and the reference connections to each one of the points that have been made here. So this is a pretty good starting point. It all boils down to how we question the AI search apps. And that's the key factor. I took the same question, I put it on all the findings seen in heart failure by echocardiography and Doppler studies. But anyway, this came up with a more descriptive terms like left ventricular systolic function, diastolic function, valvular abnormalities, right ventricular function, structural abnormalities, cardiomyopathy, hemodynamics, dysynchrony, prognostic indicators, surge, and it also lists beautiful reference list, as you can see. In addition to that, one of the bigger advantages we have with the Perplexity, here you can see Perplexity, is it also links to articles, these articles, and shows some images here. So you can look at these images here, and actually you can copy and paste it into your document if you are preparing a presentation or a PowerPoint presentation. So this gets you a lot more insight into the medical research, because you're going straight to the original articles and you're getting images from the original articles, not even textbooks. And here's another image which showing various phases of heart failure and what are some of the abnormalities we can find. So to me, I think I found Perplexity to be Perplexity. I have a trouble pronouncing the word perplexity. It's perplexing, I can't pronounce the word perplexity. Okay, let's get back to the presentation. So it gives the references, and you have all these findings. You can use this one to make your presentation. Along with that, the other thing I use is Google Images to go and look at images that match with each one of these descriptions, so that I can put the image and the text description. In that way, in an hour or two, I have my entire presentation of echo and Doppler findings in patients with heart failure. So if you are a tech, or if you're a new cardiology fellow and you're just getting started in echocardiography, this is a great resource which you won't find it in other places, because here you have the direct reference to the articles, you have all the abnormal findings, you can find images to match, so everything visually sticks in your mind much better. Once you do that, let's go to the other. Like I did the echocardiography, same findings in heart failure. This is Elicit. It just listed the articles, so we made no progress. Let's go to Gemini. I posted the same thing, and Gemini, ChatGPT, and Perplexity also, they gave sort of similar results in terms of some of them are like more wordy, which I don't like, because if I want a quick reference, I just want to get to the bottom, and it also lists all these complete references to the articles. So here, this is Gemini answering the same question, echocardiographic findings in heart failure, and I think this is the Perplexity, which I find to be most useful, and it also lists all these references here. And of course, the ChatGPT also did a fairly good job by labeling this, because this is much better for a everyday practitioner or a primary doctor who is looking for some quick answers. Here's an entire book that was written using the AI features by asking the appropriate questions. We talked about heart failure, so let's go over here. Okay, here's the heart failure echo and Doppler findings. And this is how the results came up. As you can see, left ventricular systolic function, left ventricular diastolic function, left atrial, right ventricle, valvular abnormalities, hemodynamic assessments, other features, Doppler findings, and all these advanced things, and reference articles. Along with that, I have put all these pictures here. All I asked was the appropriate question by posing all the things that I wanted to have. One, I wanted them to list all the abnormalities. Number two, I wanted to get a reference articles added to that. And also, of course, Perplexity provides these original article images. I also add Google images so that I can complete the whole chapter on heart failure findings by echocardiography. And this is how the entire book was. And the good thing about Microsoft Word is now it has become so sophisticated. You can write the entire book by just using the table of contents. And if I want to go to any part, I can drag and drop these chapters from one place to the other. So the research can be done doing anywhere, and you can keep adding chapters, and finally you can rearrange those, and eventually you'll have your table of contents here. Let's see. Let's go back here. And here's a table of contents which is all created by the Microsoft Word. This book is on Amazon. You check it out and let me know what you think. I think there's great prospect for using AI in a highly regulated manner to get the information we want and then decide how we're going to use that particular information to combine it with other modalities like Google Images or references from other sources. So that the best part is it writes your text. So you don't have to sit and write your text and edit it, which is time consuming. I hope this has been useful to you. It's a pretty long one. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next presentation.